Welcome back to another video. I know some of you already see my Death Note mug. This is one of my all-time favorite animes, by the way. I've been doing this for years and I still get nervous. A lot of you are so nice, you're so supportive, but I still get nervous. I sometimes just forget to speak. 5 weeks post surgery, feeling better. I have to be honest, the first 3 days I was feeling sorry for myself. I was beginning to spiral a bit actually. Mentally, my sleep was absolutely horrendous. Like 3 hours, 4 hours, waking up at night and just worrying, and also because I had to wear like this eye patch thing. So I don't know if you've seen the video before, this thing on my eye, meaning I couldn't sleep a certain way. It was challenging, and I remember day 4, I was like, right, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. We need to make a plan. How will we cope with 6 weeks of no training? You can't be active. I couldn't get on my bike, so no bouldering either. So I actually, before I even go into any of that, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to every single one of you that made a comment on my last video, that sent me messages on Instagram. I am one of those people that I rarely show emotion, and I was so touched by all your kind comments. A lot of you even messaged me randomly throughout the 5 weeks, just asking how I was. And again, it was so nice. I swear to you, like I've met at least one person a day. And the fact that you even ask how I'm doing and how I'm coping was just incredible. So thank you. I know some of you are watching this, so you know who you are. So thank you so much. This is the great part of this job, you know? So yeah, thank you so much. I actually have a checkup next week with my surgeon to see my progress and see if I can actually start getting back into some form of training. So fingers crossed. Touch wood there. Yeah, so this vlog is pretty much going to show you a glimpse and insight into what I've been up to the past 5 weeks. I took the camera with me everywhere, or I took my phone. Like I said, I made a plan of what I wanted to do, and yeah, I'll just show you what I've been up to the past 5 weeks.
Keeping a daily journal really helped my mindset the past 5 weeks. Journaling challenges me to focus on more in-depth viewpoints. So every day the subject was different, writing about my fears and how I can overcome them, to what makes me angry and how I can channel that anger and not allow it to overwhelm me. I wrote about the things that bring me joy, and also about forgiveness, which when I think about it was tough to write, as it meant revisiting old memories, but also felt good to actually see in words how I felt and realizing that I had moved on. And you know what's funny? Certain questions in the journal, I didn't think I'd have a lot to write about, but once I put pen to paper, I had about 3 pages full.
So after years of being reluctant, I finally bought an air fryer. I think this might be slightly too big, it's 5 liters.
One of the main things for me was to try and stay as active as possible. So I set myself a goal of at least 10,000 steps a day, and also walk into parts of the city I haven't been to and just exploring. In London, I live around the Kensington and Chelsea area, and I realized that I actually never explore much of the area around me. So one thing that I did was just walk absolutely everywhere. I am always fascinated by architecture, especially old architecture. It was great exploring and staying relatively active, and I surprisingly enjoyed every single day.
touch the bottom, set into a tumble. Waves that shake me out of my skin. Never been so easy, losing my direction. My bearings have me south of home, but I've been wrong before. I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift and fed away like bones, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow. And the water feels like a friend I've not seen in years, so familiar and strange at once.
Oh God. Hello.
One of the best things about my recovery is being around all the people that make me happy and going to some of my favorite restaurants in London.
I think coffee and iced coffee is like my favorite thing in the world. I think I can live a whole day solely drinking coffee. So you know when people say like, oh, what would you take with you on a desert island if you could have one thing all the time? Coffee.
Oh, Jesus, just kill me, you crazy guy.
Been to London because they have because it's la Mancave way. They have so many designs, man, like crazy designs.
There you go.
Hi.
Oh, nice. What have you just done?
Been even more British now.
Ask for a knife and fork. What, to have to eat the dumplings?
Especially using my hands.
It was also really nice to have time to catch up with some friends that have moved away from London that I don't get to see often. And honestly, as someone that didn't used to make friends easily growing up, I feel very lucky that I have people now that are there for me the time I need them the most. Hello.
Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon a daily basis. Our information's predetermined by some banquets. This that full circle, new wave, energy on a Tuesday. Turn a blue day to a bright hue, yellow with a smooth A in. Blessed with a great hand, so many that stay. Here took some hard work, but blind luck play a huge role. And if they say that it don't, when they feeding you fool's gold. And if I know one thing, the truth's home. Even if it's a tough thing to swallow, an even harder thing to hold and truly know without a doubt while on the globe. And even though that seems inherent, it ain't always so apparent. Dangle carrot, you ain't always gonna get it, but don't.
Training and stuff.
Ciao. Say out to everyone.
You always do this to me.
Oh, for what it is.
Hey, look who's that. Hey.
It ain't all so big. So big, so big, so big. Take it all for what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is, what it is.
Come on, use those naturals.
I think the snozberries gonna taste like snozberries. It could be pretty weird if they tasted any other way. Today's just another day amongst many. Wouldn't wanna spend it any other way. Sup with friendly people bumping Benzie box with a cup full of Henny, selling smiles by the lot. There's some wholesale, that's the only thing I got. Well, except the drug addled downer, always drowning in the pot. But let's skip it.
So yeah, it's been a positive experience, and I actually honestly cannot wait to go back to training. It's been a huge learning curve for me as well, and till then I'm just going to keep on walking as I always do. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next video.